Hi everybody. Thank you for joining us today. I'm just waiting for Trisha to join us. We'll start soon. Thank you. If you have any questions on today's theme, please do drop them in. There's a question section at the bottom. It's a question mark. We can then share the question with others as well. Hi, Trisha's here. So we'll just join her. Hi, Trisha.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All good. You can hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you well.
Okay.
Am I audible?
Yeah,
Or is
yeah.
there any disturbance?
No, no, you're absolutely audible. So let's
Okay.
start. I'm just going to give everybody a quick introduction. We'll be talking about stone as an element of art in design. And we have Trisha Chalani with us. She's the founder of Bold Interior Stories. Being a young, passionate interior designer at the age of 25, she's already been awarded the Young Woman Entrepreneur of the Year, upcoming Best Interior Designer, and the Best Young International Influencer. She has done
Thank
projects with an interbreed of modern, contemporary, and classic styles in design. Her works are at ease in all disciplines and they give the client a feeling of comfort, transforming their dreams into a reality. Her
you.
mission is to design and develop and help people understand and love their spaces, with comfort being the priority. Tisha has been conducting workshops in India and Dubai. She's covered more than 20 cities in India with her workshops, and her initiative of conducting virtual workshops is doing the rounds all over. She helps students, budding designers, and everyone who is looking to upgrade their skills in the design field through her work and her workshops. So thank you, Trisha, for being here with us today.
Thank you
We're
so
really
much.
glad that you're joining the A-class journey of disseminating information on stone. Uh, my first question to you today is what is your criteria when you pick up stones, particularly in residential spaces?
So for the residential spaces, the amount of wear and tear is quite a lot when compared to other spaces. Like, the amount of heaviness they use for the cooking, the way, like people are careless comparatively, like, in terms of maintenance and everything. So any client, when we meet for the first time, they would be like, I want a maintenance element, maintenance free element. Like they would want something which, they don't really have to take care, but it looks fabulous irrespective of it. So that's the only thing which you will learn from, like hear from anybody and everybody. So when that criteria comes to us, it becomes very difficult, like which one to go for, how to go for, what would be their style of living. Like interiors is all about personalizing the space as per their necessity, right? So everything, us checking that out and then giving them the right quality of the product, that's where we have to really be amazing. And that's where brands like A Class support us a lot. They understand our difficulties. Like see, when we come and tell them that we want a light colored stone, but we want something which should not get spoiled, because people have this perspective that if you use a light colored stone, you'll have to maintain a lot, or like light colored marble would be a lot porous, but they don't know that we have an Australian white marble which can help us, which can support us to really go for a seamless white surface and still making it maintenance free. So like these products, people aren't still aware of. So because of that, they have a lot of myths in their head that I cannot use this there, I cannot use that here, and with that mindset, they just feel like copying from one place to the other place. So that's why, we have to really showcase to them that this is the catalog. And now everybody has virtual catalogs. They take us virtual tours of their store. So that helps us a lot to really convince them onto checking the right elements.
Okay. So also one is of course the characteristics of the stone itself. Okay. Another is its application. Stone gets used in horizontal surfaces as well as vertical surfaces. So in your experiences, what are the stones they do well for horizontal and vertical surfaces? And is there something that you have personally tried out which works, which is
Personally, I
particularly
really love marble, even horizontally, even vertically. The kind of seamless effect it gives, like it just makes the place look wow without
right?
much effort.
Right.
And nowadays, we can do a lot of cuttings on the marbles. Like, we can do a CNC cutout on the marble. We can backlight the marbles. We can do a lot of creative artistic work. We can do mirror work on the marble, engraving. Like, we can do so many artistic elements that I would say it just matches to any kind of a space. Even if I'm doing a complete modern house for you, I can still use them vertically as well. I can still use them horizontally as well. So like, it gives me a complete package for any kind of a space. Apart from that, there are amazing terrazzo finished stone surfaces which can be used, both the ways, vertically as well, horizontally as well. Like, we can also create a combination with marble and terrazzo, because marble is very seamless and light, and terrazzo has good, amount of grains. So these two also can be combined together, and we can create a lot of beautiful wood surfaces on the walls. And like, you can add some nice backlighting along with it. It just makes it look fabulous, effortlessly.
Nice. So, you also do a lot of work in landscape. You know,
Yes.
playing with stone in interiors versus playing with stone in outside sort of surfaces. There are different elements that one needs to keep in mind. What would your
Tanya,
what would your
could I
tips?
just interrupt for a minute?
Yeah,
I think I'll just take my earplugs because I am not able to hear you clearly.
sure, no problem,
Give
no
me a
problem.
minute.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
I'd just like to remind the audience at this time that you could easily drop in your questions for Trisha. She'll be happy to answer and advise you on all things stone related.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah,
Fine
much
for
better.
me. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, uh, so while we were discussing landscape, right?
Yeah.
Landscape design, how does stone need to be sort of tweaked around? For what are the types of stone that could be used in outdoor spaces? What are the details that one could adopt, or even things to keep in mind when selecting stone for outdoor spaces?
So for the outdoor spaces, you have to be really very careful with a lot of characteristics. Like, what are the kind of vehicles which are going to be working on it? How, like, are you going to have too many water bodies? Or what is the kind of landscaping you're looking forward for? When we have water bodies, we have to be careful about the kind of stone we select. And then, like, if we have heavy vehicles coming across, then a bit more heavier stone we have to select. So depending on multiple categories, we have to decide. Okay, and also the person shouldn't think that it's a residence, so they might not have heavy load vehicles coming inside. If it is the residence, if in future they convert that into godown, your stones will completely trash. So always whenever we are using on the exteriors, we have to go slightly thicker stone and a bit more stronger when compared to interiors. Because interiors we do not really take heavy elements on top of it, or not as much as an heavy load vehicle. So for the exteriors, you have to be really very careful. Also in terms of maintaining. In the exteriors, you might clean it once in a month. Whereas in interiors, at least you'll do an effort of doing it once in 2 to 3 days. So, it has to be something where somebody doesn't slips off, where they can, sit comfortably irrespective of whether it is too rough. So that kind of a comfort, as well as, we have to give them a good aesthetic appeal. Like just going with a nice gray colored stone also helps you really set the look right. Like, gray with the greenery. So we can go with the Kota stones, we can go with limestones. There are so many stones. Like people don't even know. Like for the walls, you can go with slate. Everything nowadays can be treated well. You can seal them off. You can give them any kind of a finish you're looking forward for. Let's take the most, traditionally used granite. Even on that, we can do around 12 to 15 finishes to really give that look for the exteriors. So now the stone is being one of the most sustainable material. The kind of approach it has now, it never had few years back. Few years back, we were very restrictive. Granite hai, marble hai, kadappa hai, kota hai, limestone hai, theek hai, these are there. But now the kind of innovation it has, the kind of aesthetics they have understood that, yes, we have to be creative is phenomenal. Like people don't have to worry that, why do I invest in a natural stone? It is a very beautiful investment with returns, I would say.
Thank you. That's a very good point. Yes.
Yeah, because see, when we use natural stones, we don't have to keep changing.
Yeah.
It is naturally there for like a good investment for around 20, 30 years, where that person doesn't have to look back. So yeah.
That's true. What are the stones that you have worked with in outdoor spaces that you think are sort of, they're tried and tested? If somebody was starting out, what are the materials that they could explore?
So for the exterior walls, I have used a lot of these limestones, like, a bit finished limestones, which do not get spoiled very easily. So like, to give a bit of look for the elevation, but don't go way beyond like, say first floor, second floor. Go with the ground floor up to first floor half with these stones. We have used slates in the balconies to give that good look and finish. Then we have also used granite, like we have done showrooms like where heavy traffic is there, like wherein they have a good number footfall of around like say 10,000 15,000 people here in Chennai. Okay, there are a few brand stores where everybody flows in and they have a footfall. Every time you see the store, you'll feel it's full. So for such stores, we have also gone with traditional granite in a good laplitho finish, where a person doesn't slip and fall irrespective of it's raining or anybody has poured any liquid down. So even they can go with that. So there are a lot of materials now. So if they just step to a showroom, I think they can easily spend 6 to 7 hours on understanding and educating themselves with the material there. That much of variety. There's also Caesar stones, like those. Not Caesar stone exactly. It is like a stone lamp kind of a thing, which is a 3 mm thick sheet, where we can use for our exteriors also, which we can use for our interiors also. So we have such surfaces as well, which they can use completely.
Okay. So if you had to share, let's say, 3 tips on how one can play around with stones, right, and different patterns and textures, what would those 3 tips be?
3 tips for that. I think how we play around with any kind of a material, the same way we can play around with stone. We can create a contrast, we can create a monochrome element, we can also create a complete diverse combinations with them as well. Like say, I can go with a big piece of a nice black marble and I can go with a nice orange onyx to backlight it.
Right.
So with stones also you can diversely play around like how you play with other materials.
Okay. Trisha, I'm going to ask you a few more questions. If there was, you've been working. We spoke about outdoor spaces earlier. We spoke about indoor spaces too. When we come back to interiors, spaces like kitchens, right? There's heavy usage. There's a lot of wear and tear that goes through. There's also water, food, a lot of, just the material has to be very, very resistant. So what can one use here, and what are the characteristics that one should keep in mind?
So when you're using any kind of a stone on the kitchen, you have to ensure that it's not porous, it doesn't catch up stains that easily, and it's seamless. Like you cannot have a lot of pores on it or anything. So you can go with dark colored granites. You can go this Australian white marble because it's artificial. It does not catch to any kind of these characteristics. You can go with quartz. So these are some of an amazing stones which we can go for. They also have this surfaces, A-class marbles, which can be used. The stone surfaces, which has some nice light grains, like, which can go about with any kind of a combination. Previously, like when we started as interior designers, we just had granite in the market. And at that time, quartz and everything was,
finding its essence. So people were not really very easily, stepping back to quartz or to any kind of other surface. They were like, no, it's granite. If it is kitchen, it's granite. So now people are ready to experiment. They are fine. Like, they really want their kitchens to look wow. So if they are going with a dark colored base cabinets, they will go with a nice light colored countertop. So they are ready to play around with any kind of a pattern, and it's fun because even we can play around with various things. We can bring in nice different combinations and all that.
And Trisha, have you ever, would you like to share some inputs on how you've played around with just objects beyond just spaces when it comes to stone? Have you played around, have you experimented with stone in areas that we traditionally don't think about?
So I have
shared an experience where you had a
like when I was working initially with one of the companies, it was a company where they did multiple things. Like, they had multiple brands with them, and also they were into this stone art. So, I have seen how the stone has been evolving. Like, they had created nice decors out of marble, out of granite, like very beautiful art pieces, like, which had a mixture of black granite and a white granite. Two, three elements together, white marble, and on the white marble, they, nicely created golden grains and, nameplates made of CNC done marbles where, the backlighting was taken place. So apart from using it as a surface, we can use them as a complete decor where we want to add a lot of artwork, a nice beautiful artwork, a seamless wall art, or like a nice backlit wall at the foyer where as soon as you enter you feel that vibe, getting cut off your say, for the Jains, in one of the Jain house in Bangalore, what we did was we got our Navkar mantra CNC'd in a marble piece. So, framing it there, as soon as you enter, you see that nice soothing wall with a nice backlit marble. It looks amazing. Like, it gives you that calm feeling as soon as you enter that space. Yes, I'm sorted here. It gives a very beautiful feeling. So stone actually, it is a heavy material, but it doesn't give you a heavy feeling when you use it as a design, as a decor element. Like, it can make even your most heavy space as a lightest looking space. So it is all on how we incorporate it into it.
That's a very interesting point. It's all about what you choose to sort of do with this.
Exactly. So and plus, yeah, sorry.
No, please carry on.
Yeah, and plus, like in one of the places, I think in one of the exhibitions I have seen, in A class stall, I think last year. So
yeah, the connection. Okay. Can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can
you
now. Hear me? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So, the last point, since we were talking about art as well, right? Sometimes even a bright wall can become like an art piece in itself, right? And you, how have you used, stone to, let's say, add a touch of art in any space? You spoke about, you did give one example of using it at the entrance, of the CNC cutting. But is there something more that you talk about to bring art indoors? Is there something that you've experimented with stone?
Yes, like there was a staircase wall, like that L wall of the staircase. When you climb up, even onto that wall, like in one of the spaces, we created niches, and on those niches we used different types of stones. One dark color stone, one light color stone, like multiple varieties of stones, because like and we lightened them up like with just a small spotlight. So that was an accent wall which we created on the staircase side. So that was one of the things which we used marble. And in another place, we made like bird cutouts, and we used them as wall art of marble. So like, they had these ready bird cuts. So we used them on the walls and we created a nice wall art with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much. Those are very, very useful insights. At A Class, we're following the hashtag Let's Talk Design. Would you like to, give us a statement on how you think stone is relevant for Let's Talk Design?
Stone completes the sentence, let's talk design. Without stone, I don't think any of the spaces we can really finish. Like, people feel that, educating a client with respect to stone, it's very difficult. It is not difficult because they actually understand the natural essence of that material. If you tell a person who knows the importance of a marble to go with a marble finished tile, he will be very hesitant because he knows the kind of luxuriousness a marble brings to their space. And a lot of times what happens is that on the walls, to make it light, we have these stone surfaces which they can just make it look amazing. So I think without even using one natural stone, we cannot complete a space. It is a necessity. Talking about design, anywhere you take, like, a smallest window sill, to make it look nice, smooth, well finished, we need a natural stone there. Without that, it doesn't look complete. So it completes the pattern of your any aesthetic interiors. You take, boho style, you take shabby chic, you take street art, anything you take, it can fit into them comfortably.
Thank you. That's a very beautiful note, to end this conversation on. It really completes the story. Thank you so much. For A Class has finished 50 years this year of being in the industry. So, thank you for being a part of this journey with A Class. And as a note of gratitude, A Class will be planting a tree on your behalf, and we will be sending you a
Completely, I would be glad. And also, one of the best parts about staying in this country is that we have such phenomenal brands who support us for our design aesthetic. The kind of natural stones we use in our country, nobody else takes it up into that kind of a level. So that's something which, budding designers should really think of, that how they can incorporate this into various different ways and actually use them, into their space. It doesn't really cost much. It's just a myth. But when you calculate and when you do it actually on the walls, the kind of look, feel, finish it gives, nothing can give you that kind of an happiness.
Thank you so much. It's a beautiful note for us to end on today. Thank
True.
you for being part of the A Class journey. And
Thank
good
you
luck.
so much for
Good luck
same.
to you.
Thank
Pleasure
you.
speaking to you, Trisha. Thank you.
Same here. Bye.
Bye.